Welcome everybody to another episode of Jaws Diet with Jennifer A. Whitaker. This show is a part of the World of Ability Podcast Network. And special thanks to Marcus Hart of Transforming Media, Jace Joanne of the Disability Channel, and Zach Clayton of the Pack Channel for allowing us to have this on their platform. Encourage everybody to check out all of our social media. And I'm going to pass it over to Jen to get us started.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Please be sure to like and subscribe to where you found us. For those of you who may be new to Jaws Diet, this is basically a place to learn about different food that's free of 4 major allergens, which are gluten, soy, milk, and egg. Personally, I have allergies and am unable to eat those certain foods, or those ingredients, I should say. And many people ask me, what in the world do you eat? Because the typical everyday diet of a sandwich and stuff like that, just the bread alone contains 3 of the allergens. So I'm here, and we will not be here on the next Monday because it's spring break. However, I'm outside of vacation time and holidays that basically follows the school system schedule. That otherwise we're here each Monday at 9 a.m. Central for Jaws Diet, where I show you another item that's healthy in some way or another, but that's not to say that we don't occasionally talk about ice cream and stuff like that. That's just special treats for ourselves that are all together. Every single one are free of the 4 allergens. And we welcome everybody, including new people who may have not known what our diet was all about. But now we're going to get started on the item for today. See this? MadeGood. MadeGood is the brand that makes a lot of different healthy snacks, including summer desserts, that are free of the 4 allergens. And honestly, can you read this, Emily? Is it legible?
Yep.
Okay. For those of you who can't see this, it's free of all of the major allergens from peanuts, dairy, gluten, egg, soy, fish/shellfish, sesame, and tree nut. So this is free of basically all of the common allergens, is their phrase they use, and not just the 4 that we talk about. This particular bag is basically little balls of granola mixed with different other things, including, you can see this one's chocolate chip. So it has chocolate chips mixed with different granola and other ingredients that make this nutritious. And it's nutritious enough that it's, in addition to, you could guess that it has sugar, bonus grams. It has 7% or 2 grams of fiber, 0 cholesterol, zero trans fat, only 6% of total fat. And then the positive stuff it has includes 2 grams of protein, 20% of vitamin D, 4% of iron, 2% of potassium, 20% vitamin A, 20% vitamin C, 20% vitamin E, 25% thiamine, uh, and 20% of vitamin B6. So you can see here, there's a lot of different stuff below the protein that are other vitamins and minerals, in addition to the certain ones I named that are bad stuff, like trans fat being low, and the good, plenty of the good stuff there too. These are a go-to. Where'd you lose me, Emily? I just found myself muted. Emily? Or Kurt?
What was the question?
Where did y'all lose me? Because I just found myself muted.
I've heard you the whole time.
Oh, okay. So returning to what we were talking about, everybody, these are my go-to snacks because they have all the nutrition I was talking about. And for you can see that I basically showed you. And for those of you who may be listening on a podcast or elsewise where you cannot see it, that you could that I was basically naming all of the nutritional information that is pertinent between the bad stuff being low and all the good things. There are nutritions that are in this MadeGood. And Emily, will you go to the MadeGood website and show us other products they have or other flavors? Can you see it? Do you see this image, Emily?
Yes, Jen.
Okay, will you go? I guess, are you working on getting to the website?
Yes, I'm doing it right now. But you can keep
Okay,
talking.
thank you. So you're working on it. Thank you. So everybody, in the next few minutes, Emily will share her screen and you will get to see the website of MadeGood. But these are available at many of the common grocery stores, from Kroger's, some cases Walmart. I know HEB for those of us who live in Texas, because that's where I get it. They're also available at Whole Foods, some cases Sprouts, and definitely on Amazon and possibly other online places that you could find. If you're not sure where to get them, you can always use Google, search for MadeGood products or MadeGood website, or even something like MadeGood grocery stores or grocery stores ahead, or even visit the website of your favorite grocery store. Because in some cases, since the pandemic, we can now go on our favorite grocery store's website and order for curbside or delivery. Over to you, Emily.
But here's the website.
Okay, will you read it to us like you did last time? The different stuff you're finding?
They are free from the top 8 allergens: organic, gluten-free, non-GMO, vegan, ingredients from vegetable extracts. They have chocolate chip granola bars, vanilla crispy squares, cheddar star puff crackers, chocolate chip cookies. Their newest is the birthday cake drizzled granola bars. So they have their whole. They have granola bars, granola minis, cookies, crackers, crispy squares, variety packs. For granola bars, cookies and cream, chocolate banana, cookie crumble, vanilla. What else do you want me to say, Jen?
So you're basically naming both the product type and the flavors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the granola bars are the nutritional bars, and the granola minis are the little healthy balls that I was talking about that are made mostly of oat and granola and other ingredients to be like little round balls that are healthy. And other things like their cookies are also nutritional in the sense that they have all of these nutritions that are below the protein, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So anywhere from 4% to 25% of 8 nutrients that are listed below protein, in addition to some protein, some fiber, very little sugar, and no trans fat. The nutrients are pretty consistent between all of these, between the different cookies, granola bars, or granola minis, etc. Have you found? Did you find anything else besides what you read,
No.
Emily?
No, it's just that there's the granola bars, granola minis, cookies, crackers, crispers, and the variety packs.
What's the price range between the smaller packs and these varieties for people who are on a tight budget? Maybe we can know what kind of expense we're dealing with.
Um, chocolate chip and berry mixed berry granola minis are $25.94. The crackers variety pack is $24.94. The sweet and salty flavor variety pack is $29.94.
And for listeners, these are packs where you'll have, say, 3 packs that are each have 6 to 8 of whatever snack inside of them. So, like for $1 pack has about 18 to 24 of your items that for most of us last us a few weeks. And then what about individual packs? Because those are the multiple packs, variety packs.
Chocolate chip granola bars, $29.94. Cookies and cream granola bars, $25.74.
But those look like variety packs where it's multiple instead of one pack.
No, they're not. It's just the regular granola bars.
Just one pack is how much?
$25.74.
That's gonna be one of the larger ones versus talking about this 6 to 8.
Yeah, because these are all like 30 or 36 count.
Yeah, so those sound like they're the larger packs that are for the like big orders. But for listeners, even if on MadeGood's website, the smaller everyday orders of packs of 6 to 8 of any of these, the stores that I named, like HEB in Texas, in some cases CVS or other pharmacies, Kroger's, Walmart, so forth, that I'll get a pack of 6 to 8 of these, whether it's the bars or it's the cookies or a box of the granola minis. That either way, a pack of 6 to 8 is somewhere between $4 and $6. So they average, if you get all packs, about $1 per snack.
Here we go. Here's a cheddar star crackers count, $22.94. And chocolate chip cookies count, $25.64 on their website.
Wow. So definitely for those of y'all that are on a tight budget, I would say get it at your local grocery store instead of ordering it from MadeGood. What's their website?
MadeGoodFoods.com.
Yeah, so definitely those of you who are like, I know at least me, if not all of us in this group, that we're all on a tight budget. So I actually find it more affordable to get it at my local grocery store. Whichever MadeGood product, the oats, the granola balls that are called granola minis, or the granola bars, or anything. If I get a pack that has 6 to 8 at one of the major grocery stores, it's only between $4 and $6. The average is up to $1 per snack. So that might be more reasonable to go to your local grocery store, or instead of going to your local grocery store, that you are on their website for curbside or delivery. Even Amazon probably has more affordable prices, at least in the sense that you're not paying for the delivery fee. But it sounds like MadeGood is also charging for delivery with how much higher their prices are than other places I have named. Kurt, do you have anything to add to the discussion? Kurt, are you with us? Okay. Oh, you are. Do you have anything to add or ask based on what we talked about?
Well, I was looking at well, I guess one thing I'm not really not really in line with something like building off of what we just said, but just in terms of the show and getting into this, and then looking at we're introducing this to viewers and listeners. Can you speak to a little bit of the changes, that were for you, like way back when you had a diet and then you figured out you were getting allergies and you made these adjustments? You want to speak to the adjustment a little bit, that if anybody out there is, picking up on this information and wanting to put the changes into their diet, like how did you do it when you changed to this diet?
So I actually, mine's a little bit humiliating, but basically, I was gassy every day, and basically it's because I was constipated so bad that I only went bathroom in that form of bathroom once every 3 weeks, and for some of y'all in the medical field, that's pretty bad, and in some cases that can be deadly. So. My older sister had pointed out to me somewhere at the time that she had the opposite reaction, which was diarrhea, when she gluten. And she told me, Jen, I think you might have food allergies to something, but I'm not sure what it is. She said, maybe I have gluten allergy. You can have at least a gluten allergy, if not anything else, and it's worth trying. And she had told me that would help with reducing my humiliation and embarrassment of wherever I went. I was really gassy and never could go bathroom. So I tried by starting to read different ingredients on basically every single pack of anything I looked at the grocery store to even consider eating or buying in that case before eating. And I noticed that my symptoms reduced and my going to the bathroom got to be a little bit more frequent than once every 3 weeks after I eliminated gluten. And then I forget what all I tried, but basically I eventually said, okay, I need to eliminate gluten and something else. So I forget the order I tried it in. I tried or should I say ingredients, until I realized that if I eliminated all 4 allergens, I didn't have the problem I was having with going bathroom. And that's not to say I don't have IBS-C, but that it seems to me there's a correlation between eating my allergens and my IBS-C symptoms or episodes of some sort, which in my case, episodes is being constipated. But according to some people I know that are, one's a medical doctor and one's a registered nurse, that basically when you react the way I do, it's not technically an allergen or an allergy. It's considered a intolerance. So I have a gluten, soy, milk, and egg intolerance as opposed to the literal meaning of allergy. But still, that I have to avoid them just like we do allergens. Only mine is not deadly like anaphylaxis, where you stop breathing if you eat the smallest amount of the ingredient. So it's basically an experiment of eliminating certain ingredients from your diet until you see that your symptoms go away, whether it's technically an allergy or it's technically an intolerance. But it's a matter of just eliminating one ingredient at a time until you see that there are improvements over a 2 to 3 week period of eliminating that one ingredient, or no improvement at all, and that's not the allergen, at least in your personal case. Any more questions or comments, Kurt? Kurt, any more questions or comments? Are you still with us, Kurt?
Well,
Oh, there you are.
I guess in the scope of this, you know, to now kind of build off from this, I constantly go to, you know, the activities of daily living, habits, health philosophy, and, you know, how this fits together for somebody to implement. And the cliche is always diet and exercise. I've talked before about, you know, water source, or, you know, at least finding that right, you know, amount of water, and, you know, to kind of balance, you know, through all this. So, you know, everyone's got different needs. Everyone's got different tastes. My wife Sue talks about texture, you know, so if things are not palatable, if they're not, sometimes people have what they call, you know, I guess they describe it as an emotional connection to food. You know, it's more on how the food makes them feel like as they're eating it than the functional benefit of what they're giving their body, which then in the long run, you know, makes them feel better. So a little bit of the instant gratification, you know, falls into this. How did that play in for you, Jennifer, in terms of, you know, acquiring the taste, you know, making the adjustment, and, you know, I guess building an acquired taste for this diet?
So personally, I was so dedicated to trying to be free of my symptoms because of the humiliation I faced every day, no matter where I went, that to me, I focused more on the nutritional side and the avoiding of allergens way more than I did the taste and texture, because I was determined that I would be able to go in the everyday places outside of my house without being humiliated. And because I had different people around me calling me gas woman and stuff because of my high degree gassy and constipated for 3 weeks and all. That to me is more about getting rid of those symptoms and then finding out which ingredients to eliminate, as well as finding foods that were free of those certain allergens, way more than I cared about the texture and being picky about the taste, as long as I could just be free of that humiliation. But I'm also a very health oriented person. Um, like for those of you who know that we also have our Christ Talk, Just Christ Talk, that will be later on today. Today being Monday, March 6th. I personally am very dedicated to Christ, and I have found in a Bible study lesson I did last night that actually I give more priority to health and diet than I do any of the other aspects of life, such as home life, work life, etc. And if that says how healthy I eat and how dedicated, many of you would know that that's not typical of someone who's on restrictions. But I think the reason that I'm so dedicated to that is because one thing, I used to be size 0 when I was growing up, all the way up until I discovered, or aesthetically, a healthcare provider discovered that I was mentally ill, and that I supposedly didn't even develop that mental illness until I was 14 or 15 years old. So it's very new to me, and I didn't know what was going on. But I was a preacher's kid, so to me, I thought I was taken over by the devil. Anyways, but I was size 0 until that point, and then they put me on different medications that caused weight gain. And at the point that weight, I almost lost my career as a model. That was my joy and pride while my parents were getting divorced. That said, between that and school, those were my focuses. And so I became very dedicated to my diet and basically trying to get back down to the smaller size. I never have got down to the size 0 again, but I typically range between size 6 and 8 in women, or sometimes in years like Tommy Hilfiger. But still, that I have found that eating very healthy, allergen-free is the way that I'm able to reach those goals. But that, avoiding allergens takes a lot of discipline in your choice of foods, even if the texture or taste isn't as great as the stuff that has your allergens or your intolerance ingredients. But I do agree with the working out and like joining a gym or going even running on the street as far as down their community sidewalks or something like that. Or walking fast paced, like speed walk down the sidewalks for a certain distance, working your way up, riding your bicycle, uh, or at a set pace for a long distance, and so forth. There's various types of workouts you can do even around your community or at home, like getting dumbbells to do exercises with. And if you're on a tight budget like us, you can even dumbbells at your local sports store. Like how I know here in Texas we have Academy that's on almost every corner in every suburb of Houston and so forth. But whatever sports store you go to, you can get dumbbells. And if you have cable on the different podcast and streaming channels, often as part of your cable subscription, or maybe as a YouTube access, or even Netflix, you can find workouts that you can watch and basically do the workouts while following the videos. And those are ways to do workouts while then again, not necessarily having to have a gym membership or go to the gym for those of you that are uncomfortable. Anything else, Kurt?
Well, I guess I'm wondering if Emily is in this conversation yet, because I know she right now is going through changes on, the activity side, like you say, in terms of a gym. My understanding is she's starting that up now, and so I'm curious with Emily if she has any comments in terms of her lived experience, her life journey. There's something going on in March right now that that might fall into this conversation for you, Emily.
Well, I was going to a gym on a regular basis, but since I've been doing all the podcasts, I haven't really done anything. And so this is getting back into changing my schedule to be going back to doing that.
Have you found any means of feeling better after you do a workout, like energy or mental health or anything?
Just the usual like hobbies and stuff.
You said happy?
And the hobbies like reading and everything else. Nothing related to food, really.
I was asking because different healthcare providers tell me that physical exercise, like working out at the gym, is also great for the mental health and makes us.
It is. So I do it
Okay.
in part
So
for
you've
that.
seen that benefit.
Yes.
Well, that's what I meant by happy, because like but that, for listeners, especially if you're going through a hard time in life, or you're one of those follows or our child's mental health awareness, that gym is a great way to mix between the Jaws diet idea of healthy eating and the mental health ways of coping. But exercise is great and it helps a lot of people feel better, even if they don't have mental illnesses. But even if it's a matter of getting in shape and feeling better because you're more in shape, there's a lot of amount of working at the gym. I'm not working at the gym, but working out in the gym or in your local neighborhood, or even by, like I said, using the different workout guidance videos on your TV or cable or Netflix, and other places like that, or by using the means in your local neighborhood, like walking, running, biking, uh, um, skating, and so forth, like roller skating and so forth, as workouts that you go just down the sidewalks in your community. That are other means that are accessible for those who can't afford a gym membership, or maybe want to get started, get in shape before they join the gym, um, out of a little bit of intimidation of, say, that our size is bigger and we think we would be an oddball. Um, but whatever's the reason, those are ways to get started, even if you don't have a gym membership. Even though either way, it comes down to the matter of working out and not the where you work out. Anybody else have anything to add? Like, is there any listener on Clubhouse or anything?
Sue, do you have anything?
At least we have anybody on Clubhouse.
It's only Kurt now.
Okay, so no listeners. Okay, do you, Emily, or Kurt have anything to add or ask?
I don't at the moment. And in regards to what we were just talking about.
Anything else to add, though, related to like the food I talked about, or foods of the past you've tried, or anything related?
Not really at the moment.
Do you know of any questions that listeners may be asking and wondering?
Not at the moment. I think of them are kind of answered already.
Okay. Then I'll send it back to you for our next section.
Yeah, anybody have any announcements?
How about you start? Do you or Kurt have any announcements?
Coming up in like a week and a half, is the International Day of Happiness event run by the Happy Neighborhood Project on March 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific. Tickets, I believe, are $40 right now. We are this for overall record for the most people speed networking at one time. At the event, there's going to be speakers, prizes, giveaways, entertainment. So if you're planning on attending, to get your ticket. Also, March 18th and 19th, there's the Mutual Aid Network Mutual Aid Solidarity Summit. And Gary, do you have anything you want to add?
And the mutualaidnetwork.com is the website for the mutual aid networking event.
Mutualaidnetwork.org, yes.
I'm sorry, .org. Mutualaidnetwork.org. Sorry, I had it right on the screen in red print. Thank you, Emily. Good catch. And as far as for Kurt, it sounds like he might be busy, but we could mention the disabilitychannel.ca. That is where you can find stuff related to what Kurt does. And also that another place you can find Kurt, as well as Emily and myself, Jennifer A. Whitaker, is by going to linktr.ee/all4 ability. And that's where you can find other podcasts that Kurt is involved with, including his one that's on Wednesdays called Compassionate Citizen, that basically once a month right now I'm leading, and I work with Emily. So you will find myself, Jennifer A. Whitaker, Emily Gomer, and sometimes Kurt, as well as guest speakers together on what is called World of Ability channel. So it's linktr.ee/all4 abilities.
I think
What were you saying, Emily?
The most important one, though, is the link tr.ee/JAWS. That is the one for the show.
Yes, definitely. I was about to do that, but thank you for going ahead and saying it.
So I'd do that.
Would you say it again?
I would do that one first instead of the all for abilities. But it's linktr.ee/JAWS coffee chat.
Yes, and that has everywhere where you can find myself, Jennifer A. Whitaker, that our podcasts are Calendly link for getting on our schedule, whether it's a one for getting on our podcasts as a co-host or guest speaker, or it's the link to get on my calendar if you're interested in what we do at Jaws Coffee Chat, that is owned by Jen's Books and More. And Jen's Books and More found at www.jennnsbooksandmore.com. There we have services, books, other products soon to come, nutrition like supplements and so forth. And some of them even I personally have tested and vouched for because they did well for me. and we already have our podcast there on Jen's Books and More, JENNS booksandmore.com. And you will also find different events on our event page and a lot of other stuff. Plus, we are also looking for a social media candidate to do social media marketing and a virtual assistant, as well as a press release / public relations person. These positions basically get a percentage of our profits as their compensation. But if you're interested in any of those, then please go to calendly.com. That's calendly.com/Jen's Books and More. So that's calendly.com/JENNS Books and More. And that's how you get on the schedule for interviews or consideration of any form of doing business. Whether you're interested in our services or you're interested in one of our positions as a virtual assistant, social media marketer, public relations person, or our writing, editing, and publishing services for books, whichever reason you're interested, calendly.com/Jen's Books and More. That's JENNS Books and More is the way to reach us. And for those of you who may be Christians, and at least for the females to want to join a Bible study, you will find me with Lady Kendra, who's the leader of Aspiring Women for Excellence, by going to www.awe.wix, that's WIX, site, SITE.com. So that's www.awe.wixsite.com. That's the Aspire Women for Excellence Bible study, where you'll find me and networking events and other groups where we learn about the Bible and get to know one another. We even set annual goals and have quarterly goals, monthly goals, so forth. That's different professional / entrepreneur events where women of faith, or in other words, Christian women, get together to work together for the good of the economy, as well as in the obedience to Christ. This is not to say that you have to be a Christian to watch our Jaws diet or to use the diet, but that's just another thing we do. We welcome people of all forms of diversity, various beliefs, various ethnic, racial, and all other groups, because diversity is what we favor. But those are basically our announcements, and I'll leave you with to please subscribe to JAWS, JAWS Coffee Chat podcast, wherever you found us, or on your favorite podcast app. Over to you, Emily.
Again, everybody to check out and like, share, subscribe, and so on. We'll be back here in 2 weeks at 9 a.m. Central Time. I encourage everybody to tune back in if your schedule allows. And on behalf of um, Jennifer, Garrett, myself, and the rest of the world of ability packs all a weekend Tuesday.